to the Final Four. We join you today from Oxford, Mississippi, the #2 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Look at the standings in the SEC. Florida undefeated, 13-0. Back in Mississippi, the longest tenured coach in the SEC, it's Billy Donovan, now in his 18th year with the Florida Gators. Let's check out the starting lineups here between Florida and Ole Miss. Florida, Wilbekin, Frazier, Prather, Yaget and Young. The Rebels, Summers, Henderson, Perez, Jones, and Colby. Andy Kennedy, 2-7 in his career against Florida. It's down to 14. Prather will feed the post. Young, cross-court feed. Jumper, rims in. It's Frazier. Didn't like the way he shot it yesterday in practice. He showed up at the gym this morning at 7 a.m. to put up 200 jump shots.
And he has made himself into a lights-out shooter at this level.
Henderson, bottom, a three in the first half against Auburn. In fact, they trailed by 8 at halftime, their largest halftime deficit of the season. Went on an 11-3 run to end the game to knock out Auburn on Wednesday night.
And a bizarre play where Auburn fouled in a tie game after Auburn missed a free throw.
And there's the jump shot. Young, we don't see it often. This month.
And he is a guy who, on every scouting report, he loves to shot fake. Well, can't make shots. Those shot fakes don't work nearly as well.
Here's Perez, puts it on the deck. Nice feed inside.
Marshall Henderson's ability to hit shots in a hurry and change how Ole Miss plays.
Devon Walker is in, the sophomore for Florida.
And Walker is a shooter.
Step back jumper for Walker. It's a triple.
80% of his shots in SEC play are from three, which is a higher percentage of his total shots than Marshall Henderson. He wants to shoot behind that line.
Little floater doesn't go for Summers. Working the offensive glass.
Doesn't respect many of the players for Florida's shooters.
Another corner pop. He drills it. Ladarius White, the junior known as Snoop, checks in and they turn it over. Frazier to the hoop. Around on the interior, and it goes down for Prather.
Florida games, because Casey Prather is a good jump shooter, just not from three. From 15 feet and in, he's excellent.
Here's Perez, floater, no. Saiz with a follow for Ole Miss. Off the ball fake. Finney-Smith on a kick. Wilbekin, a bomb for three. Last time Ole Miss lost 4 in a row, January of 2011. Right now, Wilbekin is matched up with Henderson. Summers to the hoop. High floater goes. Jarvis Summers, big jump from his sophomore to junior year in scoring. Ole Miss cuts it to 2. Walker lines it up. Book it, a three.
Casey Prather to shoot the ball from three. They're stacking their defense against him.
Henderson buries the triple. There's Wilbekin. Gets around Henderson. Finds the open man. Young for the easy ball. 18, Florida. Henderson, give it up off the double. Colby is back in. Henderson off to dribble. Oh, it goes and a foul. Marshall Henderson with a chance at a 4-point play. Ole Miss, that's his third three. And Henderson in double. Wilbekin handles the pressure and the jumper goes. Minutes to go in this first half. Gators now up to 56% shooting. Prather, aggressive. For Ole Miss, suffered a broken hand in late January, came back last game in a loss to Kentucky. Bullet feed, Yaget, there's the ball movement. Henderson, ball came to the outside. Henderson, the rainbow delivery, and the rebound snatched by Prather. Move it ahead for Frazier, working out of the corner. Finney-Smith finally breaks the streak. On the season, they shoot it at 34%. Henderson walking the tightrope. Guarded closely by Wilbekin. The fend-off gets it back. Henderson in open look. Count it. It's a three. Backed up Irvin Walker for 2 years, finally getting his opportunity to be the starter last season in his junior year. Summers yet to get heavily involved here because of the foul trouble. Colby not a threat from out there. Summers is bottom, a three.
Jones. Remember, he had his hands down last time Frazier hit an open three?
Henderson. Oh! Heat check! Marshall Henderson is smoking hot. Henderson gets a touch under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Off the double. Jones with 8 to shoot. He gets the bounce. Prather. Shot clock at 15. Devon Walker. Look at inside.
Walker has to be ready to shoot every time he catches it. He hasn't been ready.
Wilbekin. Oh, three. Scotty Wilbekin. Walker. Jacob Kurtz is in. And Chris Walker.
Play until late. But man, does he have some talent.
Henderson, step back. Yes. Millinghouse with 6. Little shake and bake. Millinghouse off the penetration. And the layup for Newby. Ole Miss up by 2. 6 seconds to go, first half. Wilbekin looks at the clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Wilbekin, the stutter step. Foul is called out front. Time has not run out. He had some numbers in mind, some measurables where he
Florida's played well for the most part offensively.
Wilbekin.
I think he just run out the door and say goodnight.
End of the first half. All tied up, 42-42 as we send it to Greg Gumbel in New York. Frazier. Wilbekin to the hoop.
Beautiful.
Off the glass for Scotty Wilbekin, playing very much under control.
2 shot fakes from 2 of Florida's best jump shooters. They had open looks, but they weren't clean looks.
Henderson feeding the post. Colby on a kick. Jump shot. Summers. He cans a triple. That caught your attention early. We were talking about that early when they took the floor. Summers floater. It goes.
Prather has failed to finish this half alone.
Lob and slam. Upstairs. Lead 49-46. Henderson using the high screen. Henderson to the hoop. Off the back of the iron, and Young with a man's rebound.
I was actually thinking the exact same adjective.
Wilbekin swings it. Frazier corner pop. Rebound you get all by himself.
I'm just like, if I picked like Jabari Parker, really struggled defensively against North Carolina. I think he'll play well against Syracuse tonight. Problem for Ole Miss the other night against Kentucky. Second shot, now you got to play defense again.
Frazier, count it, a 3.
Each one of their perimeter players.
13 points for him on 5 of 7 shooting. Henderson lets it fly. Rebounded by Young. Florida with a chance to regain the lead. Wilbekin through traffic, drive and kick. Wilbekin lines it up. Count it. Scotty Wilbekin from long range.
And they changed game day mascots.
I don't know if that would have fit in with Club Red.
This game's a trap.
On the kick. That's solid. That was very good. Here's Perez out on the perimeter. Off the timeout. Summers to the hoop. After the timeout, get it inside. Young backing in, using the glass. Working around the perimeter. Perez, the drive. Perez hangs and hits. 1-point lead for Florida. Frazier puts it on the floor. Deflected. Henderson goes to the corner to get it. Whips it ahead for Perez. Turns the corner to the hoop. Perez! It rims in! Anthony Perez for the Rebels. Wilbekin to 3. Bottom. Scotty Wilbekin straight away. 59-57 Florida. He's got 14 points and 5 assists.
And you think of the guys he's learned from the Irvin Walkers, from the Kenny Boytons. Those guys were willing to take and make those shots.
Push shot, it goes for Anthony Perez. From the field in the second half. We're under 7 minutes to go now. A win here for Florida. They'll have the #1 ranking. Wilbekin matched up with Summers. You get on a kick. Shot clock is down to 13. Anticipation and a steal. Summers stripped away. Wilbekin gets it back. Lobs it ahead. Young! That's a man's jam.
by the backcourt for Florida. Wilbekin with a great strip of Summers to possession before, and Prather with that one.
There's Prather on the offensive end. Game trends, 9 ties, 14 lead changes. Henderson goes down hard, and the jumper goes for Prather, and Henderson having a tough time getting up.
When healthy, I think they're one of the elite teams in the country. I think
Henderson off balance. 3 ball doesn't go. Florida building on its lead, up by 5. Largest lead for either team in the second half. Wilbekin watched by Summers. Henderson goes for the steal. Here's you get. They play off him. Shovels it. Young. Tough angle. Slammed down on the follow by Finney-Smith. But a foul was called prior.
Going with the perimeter-oriented line at the time. It's really hard to try and go get it. Florida's a team you have to pay attention to from the moment they cross half court until the moment you secure the ball.
And if this team is going to do damage come March, free throw shooting is going to play a role. They have improved 70% over their last 10 games, 75% over their last 5. Off the hands of Jones, and he's in the right spot to deflect it home.
Well, Jones was open because they overhelped on Marshall Henderson. Pass was a bit too hard, but somehow went in.
That ends a 7-0 run, 66-61 Florida. Frazier, extra feed, Young blows the layup, but he is going to the free throw line.
But considering we were on pace for 84, they have really locked it down defensively. He's the after photo to anybody who ever started lifting weights.
It's true. He is 4 of 4 from the line. Florida now up by 7. Thanks to a 9-2 run. Summers. And it bounces home for Jarvis Summers. 68-63. Summers 17 points for Ole Miss.
Summers just attacking that zone. Really simple. Just screening the zone, and he's just going to work as they put Marshall Henderson on the opposite side.
Finney-Smith. You get it outside. Frazier lines it up.
Boom.
Buries a 3. Michael Frazier the second. 5th 3 for him. 12 3-pointers for Florida. That's a season high. They've got a 71-63 advantage. Summers, same play to the hoop, and he delivers again. Wilbekin with 10 to shoot. The stop and go. Wilbekin.
What a shot.
Using the window, Scotty Wilbekin. Fowler one up. Ernie Els still to come. Henderson a 3. Just can't buy one.
That was a good look. That was probably the best look he's had in the second half.
Layup for Anthony Perez. 10 points for Perez. 73-68. Wilbekin will bring it across.
Now you got to foul. Will you get? You got to get the ball out of Wilbekin's hands and make Will you get come get the basketball, or simply bump him off the ball if he ever leaves and tries to come to the ball screen.
Yeah, Florida is just milking clock here. We're down to 48 seconds to play. Shot clock is down to 12. They've got a 5-point lead in possession. Wilbekin against Summers. Wilbekin makes his move. Shot clock winding down. Kick out. Finney-Smith, side of the rim. Ole Miss still alive. 33 seconds left.
Obviously look for Marshall Henderson at this point. They've been hitting their big men more often.
Perez, the jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound knocked to the outside. Summers, an open look. Short. Perez, offensive board. That won't go. There's a lid on that rim for Ole Miss. Down to 10 seconds left. And now they're forced to foul.
Really good teams. Lost the likes of Brad Beal to the draft and others, like they were against Kentucky when they scored on every possession the last 11 minutes. But I would have fouled early in that previous possession with 50 seconds to go, lengthen the game. But I mean, think about it. Marshall Henderson, 22 in the first half.
A donut in the second.
A donut in the second half.
0 of 6 from the field. Final seconds here. Newby's jumper is good. A 3 with 2.5. They get it in. The Florida Gators have won 19 in a row. They are poised to be the #1 team in the country. Final score, 75-71 Gators for Doug Gottlieb. I'm Ian Eagle. Let's send it to Greg Gumbel in New York.